I love it. I'm out here just like kind of praying to God. Oh, I've never felt so free before in my life. I just want to take my clothes off and sing. Ah. But no, I was like, what do I do? You know, let's work on some art. And then I was just like thinking about stuff. And oh no, it escaped me because I started telling story. Ah! Well, it'll come back to me in a second. But yeah. Chalice County, Idaho. Ha! Oh, dude, watch where you're going, bro. Jeez. Self-awareness. Oh, the Rainbow Gathering in 2004. The only one I've actually been to. I was hanging out with Fabian. She was teaching me about all the rock hounding skills, anthropologists, and all this stuff. Fun time. And Chalice County had more. Idaho, there's like just all the gold. There's like this big cross of where they find it, and it's just like, ding! Anyway, I'm going back. And more gold than the entire state of Alaska, dude. Just this one county in Idaho. They fucking dredged the whole thing. Piles of rocks. Just. I got ideas though. Anyway, stuff other people haven't thought of yet. Anyway, that's where I go. Anyway, okay. Focus. Rainbow Gathering. What happened? The results. Okay, so there was the closest hot spring. We left the Rainbow Gathering area, and it was on BLM land, and it was like they were writing tickets for every time that they were camping in groups of more than 10, so they had us running away. We had this thing where like, six up, and everyone would like call down while the rangers would come through on horses, and everyone would scatter and just leave their tents sitting there. That's when the thieves would go in right after the cops came through and steal everything from the tents, and all the shysters were just given all this power because of the mayhem. We were trying to be, the Rainbow Gathering's objectives are to be peaceful anarchy is what they're trying to show. They try to leave it in a better condition than they found it. But you bring 20,000 people out to pristine BLM land. It's like the rivers have got giardia and the creeks and all this stuff and all this piles and shitters and whatever. They try, but there's people that stay afterwards, and why do they always fight when I'm trying to talk, dude? The dogs follow me around and make as much noise as they can while I'm trying to do videos. It's making me crazy. I need someone else here to help me with this. I can't even. Come on, here they come. They make more noise behind me. I'm thirsty. Okay, so. The cops were causing mayhem at the Rainbow Gathering, and we left and went to a hot spring that was really close. Dogs out! Get away from me! Oops. Wow. You hear this? It's like me with the trolls, dude. I just can't even get anything done. They just follow me around and bark and try to prevent me from doing anything. Hi. I need a vacation entirely. Fuck, I gotta get people living on my land. Okay. Focus. Oh, yeah. Okay, dude. The tickets that they were giving were immense. They were just writing tickets, and everybody, catching people with drugs and people with tags like registration and insurance, and just the cops were like, we're gonna make so much money for Idaho with this Rainbow Gathering. The little stores, the little corner stores were just like, they couldn't even stock up enough like candy and tobacco, and I guess Rainbow has a camp, so that everyone that drinks has to stay down in the beginning, down in the low point, which is by all the cars. Dude, Rainbow is like the dumbest shit ever. This is what I'm talking about. It's like this huge ticking, like how bad, like I swear probably Simon was probably one of the people who helped create the damn thing. So I know he was definitely involved in that. It's where the group he's probably been terrorizing and manipulating like masses. And this is probably where he learned how to get away with all this shit. So, I mean, you know, these people go to Rainbow thinking there's just like love vibes and all this. And I want to make a clear distinction. Uncle Whit made this mistake himself. When he asked for my mission statement, he was asking for everybody's mission statements that lived on the land. And I was like, oh, well, I'll give you mine, which kind of included like setting, raising the bar by setting an example of honor. And anyway, I declared myself chief of the Love Tribe, which was like, da-dun, I'm starting a new thing called Love Tribe. He didn't hear it that way. He heard it as, I'm taking over everything you've ever been. Because Uncle Whit's been an elder in the Rainbow Gathering. So, like, he gets all this respect, and everyone's just like, red carpet this way, sir. And he gets treated like, you know, like he's a superstar when he goes to these things, because he's been, you know, he's been through the whole haul with it. And so I'm sure Uncle Whit has probably made positive impacts on the Rainbow, you know, whatever their trajectory and stuff. But it's kind of petered out and scattered, and I don't know if they still, I mean, they still have them here and there, and I don't know how. I should give it another chance. But what I saw was just way too much opportunity for, you know, drugging and raping was going on for sure. But then when the accusations would happen, and there was no justice system, these guys would like, a girl would be all like, oh my God, he kicked my dog. And just, she'd be pissed at a guy for flirting with another girl, and she would just throw a tantrum and make accusations, and all the other guys that were wanting to win points with this girl would all just like team up on the dude and take him off and duct tape him to a tree and do all sorts of crazy stuff. I won't get into that stuff, but I mean, dude, that's not justice, dude. Mob mentality is just shameful medieval shit, dude. Holy God. Now that I see I've been a victim of mob mentality on false accusations, holy God. It's just, whew, the scariest thing in the world is mob mentality. So, the Rainbow Gathering, we left for a couple hours, or like an afternoon. Fabian knew this hot spring that was close, and we went and checked it out. It was beautiful. Only a couple other people from the Rainbow were there, like 10 people total, but we were all naked in the hot springs. And a family arrived with kids, and I was like, oh, well, this kind of feels awkward. And I was the first one, actually, to get out and to put on my clothes and everything. And I was just chilling and, whatever. And then everybody else finally was done. Like 15 minutes later, saw my cue of going, and the other family showing. It was like, yeah, let's kind of go. This is awkward now. And so as we get up to the parking lot, there's a cop, and he's like, you guys, you're not supposed to be naked and public. And we're like, oh, well, it's a hot spring and everyone was doing it. Sorry. There was other people that were naked when we got here. They're gone. We just thought it was okay. So that was fine. He would have let us go. But then this kid that was with us was like, it's just a human body, bro. And the cop's like, all right, first of all, I'm not your bro. And, in Hawaii, you can get away with that. Not in Idaho. Anyway, yeah. He wrote us tickets for indecent exposure since the kid was such a smartass. And luckily didn't check us for weed and stuff, right? So anyway, respectfully took my ticket and went back, rest of the Rainbow. Fabian was into these Hare Krishnas, and I was into the sound of going to Humboldt, because I had made it that far before I volunteered for the Forest Service to fight wildfires. And yeah, the, hey, what are you doing down there? Don't be biting trash. What are you doing, trash dog? Trash dog! Trash dog! All right, so what mayhem. I went home with my friend Michael Paul. Oh my God, that's a whole story too. My parents, like, were afraid because this homeless guy came home with me, and my dad looked for his gun and hid it from himself the last time I was there and forgot, and it wasn't under his bed. They called the cops on me, dude, thinking I stole their gun and all this shit. They almost had my car searched because it was on their land, and they would have got me so cooked in Utah, dude, because I already had a really bad reputation. That would have been the end of me. My parents would have done it then. But I was just like looking at him like, you can look at my car later if you want, but you do not have to ruin my life right now. It was so close. And they've already done stuff against me and my parents. Wow. So close. Anyway, back to the story. I went back to Idaho on my way back to Humboldt and with Michael Paul. And dude, I went to court, and the judge was just like, well, first of all, you're the only person out of almost 10,000 tickets that we wrote during the Rainbow Gathering to actually come back and come to court. I was like, wow, I guess I'm responsible. My mama taught me well. And, dude, the judge said, what's this indecent exposure about? And I'm like, well, I don't need an attorney. I'll just tell you what happened. We showed up. There was naked people. I went to leave, and the cop, would have given us a warning, but this kid was talking back, and so he gave us some decent exposure tickets. But I can't have that on my record. I mean, that's like a sex crime offense. So I would have to register as a sex offender and stuff. And I was working for the Forest Service. I need a clean record so I can work for the government again and all that if I want to. And the judge was just like, wow, thank you for having, the respect for the court to come and to represent yourself. And that takes a lot of courage, and I respect your authenticity. We will definitely drop these charges in the name of justice. And, thank you for coming all the way up here to handle that. We're going to have to file almost 10,000 warrants for people in Idaho. So what did the Rainbow Gathering do? It turned 10,000 people into resisting criminals. Like, these people think of themselves as criminals. And I was like, man, that's really what's holding Uncle Whit back. He lets people grow weed on his land, which all of us could just have prescriptions and it would be just fine. But dude, like, he looks at himself like as this renegade cowboy, like, outlaw. And I'm like, dude, you're just sitting here totally like you've done this eco village thing, like you represent like such a huge, like you're a superhero in such a huge way, but you're still all like against the police and against, you know what I mean? So I'm like, dude, how do I make him come back to realizing that he's on the good side? He is the good side, and there's nothing to worry about. The cops have been here so many times over all this drama over terrorism and, all these manipulation tactics between people and violence and stuff, dude. But hello, like, all Whit has to do is like trust the law and trust his own position and love America again, and everyone. How many people don't dare to make police statements for others because they don't want to get involved, they don't want to have to go to court later? How many people? I mean, dude, I couldn't even find someone to let me use their phone because I didn't pay AT&T. So I'm just on Wi-Fi, and dude, like, it's like I have to pay AT&T to be able to even call 911. So there's like a huge hole in the system right there. Nobody else would let me use their phone even because they didn't want their number coming up on the police's radar. They're that afraid of the people that are here to protect us. That's it. I mean, dude, how is America even functioning? So this is all the fault of the drug war. Like, they turned the people against our protectors. And now we're like, that pretty much makes it a civil war. I mean, dude, so we need to bring us all back to the good side and let go of the past and come back to, like, the now and realize that, like, you know, if you're not hurting anyone, then you're not a criminal. It's that easy. So you're left with pretty much just the narcissists that are out there trying to backstab and damage other people's reputations and lives and slow everyone else down from succeeding and being positive and having a positive impact in the world. Like, really, it's just narcissists that are the problem. That's it. There would be world peace if we could solve the narcissist issue.